Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. You know, there's a wonderful saying, it's called poetic justice. And after the absolute chaos at the Gumas Awards, which we all know about, where Multichoice were instrumental in seeing that Steve Hofmeyr, you know that wonderful singer Steve Hofmeyr? They were instrumental in seeing that his song was banned from the Gumas Awards. Now, I'm not going to go there again because we've discussed this a lot. But the pay TV company has now said it will actively avoid airing any content in which he might appear in future, including the broadcast of any library material that feature him. So they are now going to basically ban Steve Hofmeyr from their television service. And I'm calling for all white South Africans, regardless of whether you're Afrikaans or English or Portuguese or whatever, and all other minority groups like Indians and Coloureds, to cancel that television service as a protest. You know, this is just totally unacceptable. I'll read to you what they say, because we need to put forward their position on this whole thing. And then we'll talk about what the real story is. In future, Multichoice's DSTV service won't give the Afrikaans artist Steve Hofmeyr any public exposure through airtime or further opportunities for him to earn money for any of his possible future work or any past material he appears in, by no longer providing a platform for it to be broadcast. The controversial and race-baiting artist, who previously stated on social media that blacks are the architects of apartheid, who kept singing Die Stem at concerts and art festivals and would gaslight with photos and messages of the old South African flag, will no longer get any exposure on or be allowed to appear on or be able to make any money from DSTV or any of its broadcasting brands like CakeNet. Now, just on that point, remember that FAK, and this time I got it right, guys, I didn't say it as a word, FAK are going to be awarding Steve Hofmeyr in September with an award for his incredible service to the music industry in South Africa. And that's far more important than this trashy DSTV organization. Anyway, let's continue with their crap, okay? Earlier this month, after the organizers of the 2019 CakeNet, we should call it CuckNet, shouldn't we? Okay. It's officially now called CuckNet. CuckNet. Let me start again. Earlier this month, after the organizers of the 2019 CuckNet Guma Music Awards pulled the nomination of Die Land, The Land, music video, in which Steve Hofmeyr appears alongside other Afrikaans singers, Joe Heshu, Multichoice's group executive for corporate affairs, in a statement said, "We are committed to the building of a non-racial society and strongly condemn any acts of discrimination." Well, I would love to see those other singers banning CuckNet from showing any of their music, just totally boycotting them altogether. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? But let's continue with what they have to say. Multichoice is proud of its support for Afrikaans, not only our investment in content for our DSTV platforms, but also our sponsorships of festivals, events, and the broader Afrikaans performing arts sector. Well, I tell you what, you just shot yourself in the foot, buddy boy. Our commitment to Afrikaans and all local languages will not change. Notice that, all local languages. Now, that's where the rub comes in, and we'll get to that right at the end, okay? Our commitment to Afrikaans and all local languages will not change. It has come to our attention that Steve Hofmeyr was nominated for a Guma Music Award in the category for Best Music Video We have requested that Steve Hofmeyr not form part of the event that we sponsor, as his views are not aligned with our values. We welcome a society where freedom of speech is celebrated. However, we must take a stand against racism. These guys are so shallow, aren't they? I mean, they're just ridiculous. Following this, Channel 24 sought clarity from Multichoice and asked if it is distancing itself as a broadcasting company from a new music video featuring Steve Hofmeyr, what its views is in terms of showing any other existing or future Hofmeyr-connected content. Following the Gumas brouhaha, the Randburg-based pay TV company is now making it clear that it's not just a new music video, but any content that includes Steve Hofmeyr. Multichoice says that it will not air Steve Hofmeyr content he might appear in, and he will try to prevent the broadcast of any archive material in which he features. The company told Channel 24 the Multichoice group will in future not carry content that includes Steve Hofmeyr or any of its platforms. On any of its platforms. The impact of Multichoice's decision will be wide-ranging for the artist, and it'll be wide-ranging for Multichoice and Channel 24, believe me. He has a big collection of music videos and popular songs that once enjoyed continuous airplay across DSTV channels, and was once a host of the long-running talk show Dis Who Dit Is. Okay, you know how I always say, it is what it is? This is the same thing, for those who don't speak Afrikaans. Now, the English here is not great, so I'm just going to say what they say, okay? And was once a host of the long-running talk show Dis Who Dit Is, met Steve on Kaknet, DSTV 144. He made numerous appearances until recently across a wide range of music variety and magazine shows across the Kaknet channels like Kwela and Afrikaans music concerts that were broadcast as TV specials. He appeared as a soap star in Mnet's Egoli, getting re-airings in drama series like Agter Elke Man, repeated on Kaknet, as well as the SABC in Core, DSTV 156 channel that is part of a Multichoice channels deal with the SABC. Steve Hofmeyr also appeared in several feature films like, for instance, Agter Elke Man, 1990, No Hero, 1992, and more recently Platteland, 2011, Pretville, 2012, and Teruggrond, 2015. Multichoice's decision means these movies likely won't be screened on DSTV anymore. You know what they're doing? They're shooting themselves in the foot, because their content is really so crap. I mean, everybody tells me that in the comments section. They've just now destroyed another large section of their content. So what they should do as a result is that their monthly fees should be reduced to about 50%. Otherwise, you're paying money for bullshit. Now, getting back to this. Steve Hofmeyr also appeared in several featured films. Okay, so we've just covered that. It's now also a given that Steve Hofmeyr won't get any mention in or appear in anything that Kaknet produces in terms of special look-back TV programming as part of its celebration plan in 5 months' time for its big 20th anniversary happening in October 2019. Now, that's a month after Steve receives this award from FAK. And FAK have far more credibility than this piece of crap. Should a channel like Comedy Central, DSTV 122 from Viacom International Media Networks of Africa, VIM and Africa, for instance, want to show a marathon of its Comedy Central roast of episodes, the 2012 episode featuring Steve Hofmeyr will in such a case likely not form part of such a multi-episode airing. So, this is what they call banning. Selectively banning a very popular singer. And they're doing this because they're licking their wounds over what happened with the Gumas Awards. And I would ask every one of my subscribers who lives in South Africa, who's got DSTV, to cancel their subscription. And if they get a call saying why, they just say, well, you banned Steve Hofmeyr, I'm banning you. You have that right to do it. Now, what I'm going to attach here are 2 Twitter images which are in direct response to this story that's just come out. So, Multichoice, you made your bed, you can lie in it. You know the market they're actually appealing to here by doing this? And they're doing it very, very carefully, is the wider African market. You see how they brought in the racist tag? And, it's disgusting. This business is a joke. All right, guys, I've rambled on enough, but please be aware that you will not, if you got DSTV, ever see Steve Hofmeyr on your television sets again. He's been banned. YouTube is a great place to see Steve. He's got lots of beautiful music videos on there. I suggest that you save yourself a lot of money, cancel that DSTV subscription, and if you want to hear Steve, just go to YouTube. All right, guys, take care and have a great evening. And remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Bye for now.